Hello and greetings. Mohammed Suleiman Ahmadzai is here with a new session for you, dear friends. That's why people still refer to it as photo viewer. Alright, now let's define it. In its definition, it says that a photo viewer or image display is one of the components of Windows, used for editing images, creating slideshows, making a video presentation from a collection of images and short video clips by adding sound to them, viewing or displaying various images on the computer, and uploading images and videos to the cloud or Microsoft OneDrive with a 5 GB capacity completely free of charge. I had previously given you information about OneDrive, which provides us with 5 GB of space on the internet, in the virtual space. Whenever we create a Microsoft account and log into our OneDrive account, it gives us 5 GB of capacity. We can upload our photos and files to it. It's similar to what's on Mac computers or on the iPhone, which they call cloud. You upload your files there. It gives you some space on the internet. And it says that, well, you get 5 GB of space completely free, but you need to have a Microsoft account to use it. In section 96, we added that, so people, this issue is related to your computer. It appears in a certain way. On another computer, it appears differently. And on yet another computer, it shows up in another way. The whole reason comes back to this part. Try to note that the display is capable of performing 50% of the aforementioned tasks in its normal state. That is, before updating the display. But to perform all of the aforementioned tasks, updating the display is necessary. That means if we don't update it, it can't perform all the tasks we've mentioned here, like editing photos, creating slideshows, making video clips, and so on. It simply can't do all of them. It only handles a limited set of tasks related to the image display, and still can't perform all the functions I described in the definition. Try to make sure that, overall, Fort View or the Fort program here handles a lot of tasks. Whereas in Windows 7, we had something else. We had a separate thing called Fort View in Windows 7. And we had another thing called DVD Maker. These two were separate, and each of them had a different function. One of them was a photo viewer. The other one was for making slideshows and some of the things we used to do, like creating a slideshow from photos, or making a video clip, making short clips, and then burning them onto a DVD. For that, we used DVD Maker. These two programs were completely separate. One was used for making slideshows and the other for viewing photos, but both of them were very limited and very simple. What did they do in later versions of Windows? They merged both of them together. Both of them were combined into one. Both features were added to the Photos app. That means Photos currently has the ability to handle both of these tasks. Try it. In Windows 8 and Windows 10, when you install Photo Viewer, by default, Photo Viewer opens this news that is currently opening on your computer. Photo Viewer currently has two modes. Usually, it has two views. That means whenever you open Photo Viewer, you either see yourself or you see it in this mode. This mode is called the Photo Organizer mode. When you open it directly, that is, instead of double-clicking on a photo, you open the application itself. It opens in this mode. Both are two parts of the same program. Like a coin, just as a coin has two sides. That is, both are actually one coin with two sides. It's one program, but in this mode it's called Organizer mode, where you can organize your photos. You can arrange and sort them. This is its non-updated state. Before it gets updated, it's just like your own computer. It was the same in Windows 8. And when you install Windows 10, it's also in its non-updated state. Then, if you update it later, it will be updated. So by default, in Windows 8 and Windows 10, this is how it is. Later on, it can be deleted again. Well, its options change again. Its appearance too. Try to remember, one of its tasks that we mentioned to you there was that it would do a slideshow at the top of the tasks. One of those tasks appears here. It shows its own icon. Here, it tells us that. And it has written its definition, which is that as a complement to all devices, like a phone, a camera, a flash drive, or a computer, you can save all your data in one place, which is exactly what OneDrive is for. So one of its tasks was exactly this, as we read in its definition. So we said that in Windows 8 and Windows 10, it has this mode. Currently, on your computer where it is installed, it has this same mode. In this mode, try to note that here it just has a tab for collection. There's a tab called Album, and there's a tab called Folder. For example, other tabs, one of the most important ones, and the reason many people update, is called Video Editor. There isn't a tab for that here. So, for instance, we can't create slideshows or edit some clips here, and the feature related to Windows 7 DVD Maker, which we mentioned should be added here, is also missing. So, in the standard setup, even if you've installed Windows 10, this won't show up for you in Windows 8. What has Microsoft done in Windows 10? When they updated it, the update was also made available for you. You can update it. There's a problem. When you update, it shows up in a list for you. Try, when you're updating, to do this before the slide works for you. Now try another slide with you. Here we have something else. When you update, it updates directly to this version. This version is Windows 11. So whenever we go to update, instead of giving us the latest Windows version that was related to Windows 10, called Photos Legacy as they call it, instead of that, what does it bring us directly? It brings up that same photo viewer, which is related to Windows 11. So, when we install Windows 11, this is what we get. Both of them have two modes, but their options are different. Something has come up from the bottom, and well, something has been added or removed, meaning it opens in this mode. Similarly, the photo organizer also has this style of mode. The photo viewer has this style of mode too, but it only opens in this system's format. So if you update, it brings this up for you directly. When you get the refresh, it gives you another option as well. This other option also tells you that you might not be familiar with this view, or maybe you don't like it, or you don't find it interesting. So what did you do then? You can go and uninstall this view. I mean, it's there. When you update it, for example, it shows up for you in the old place. It gives you yet another option as well. It says, for example, go to the old photos, the Photos app that was in Windows 8 and Windows 10. Do you know what to do with it? You can download that one too. You can have both of them at the same time. You can use the old one if you want. Again, when you download or install this, it's actually the same Photos app that we showed you earlier, just with the addition of a button called People tab and a View Reader tab included in it. You should also notice that, in terms of appearance, you can see here that its buttons are different from those in Windows 11. These, as you saw earlier, used to be at the bottom in Windows 11, but now in, say, Windows 10 or 8, which we're using, well, in 10 it works with a click. It has brought these buttons up for us. So when you update, first the Windows 11 version gets installed, but at the same time, you can also have the Windows 10 version, the same legacy version, so you can do what? Download it. So when we update you, try to download it after the update. That means before the update, if someone says, for example, I just want to add this photo viewer that I have, just this one, that won't work. If we want to add it alone, that won't work. First, we need to update ourselves, turn it into version 11. And then what should we do next? Download it. Updating it is easy. If you want to update from Windows 10 yourself, when you go into the Microsoft Store, if you try searching for Photos, it will show you Photos because Photos is already installed for you. It will tell you what to do with your photos. Update it, and it shows you the updated photo. Here in the description, it also gives you information that relates to Windows 11, and if you download it like this, what happens in general? Your Photos, or Microsoft Photos, gets updated. You can also do this from here. Also, in this section, when you go to the App Store, if you click here, it brings you to this section called Updates and Downloads. Here, all the applications are just like how we manage things on our mobile phones. It also suggests additional apps that you might want to download, like a screen recorder for us, or recommends that we should download WhatsApp and some other things that it says need to be updated. In that sentence, try to include Microsoft Photos as well, because in the past, you used to do these things yourself as long as you had internet access. After that, you click on the Update button, and the reason is, on our computer, when we come here, we have two installations. You see, we have both Photos and Photos Legacy. The Photos app that originally came with the system, the one we had before, we also updated that one. In that style and look, for example, when it opens with the Windows 11 design, that's related to Windows 11, which we said is its mode. It's called Photo Organizer. That's what this mode is called, right? Photo Organizer is its mode, and if we double-click directly on the photo, or just click directly, or even right-click and select Open with for it. This is its other mode, called Photo Viewer and Organizer mode. But in Photo Legacy, if we open Photos Legacy, its appearance looks like this. It's the same as what was shown to us in the picture, which is very similar to the old photos in Windows 8 and Windows 10. Except for just adding this photos and video editor, the rest of the collection is the same as its previous options, which is its Photo Organizer mode. If we want to open its photo mode, for example, we click on a photo, Open With, and here we select Photos Legacy. That means from here we can choose Photos Legacy, so the file will open for us in the Photos Legacy photo viewer. See, for example, this is the Photos Legacy view. This is the simple Photos view of Windows 11. Here, look at the top section. For example, we have a few buttons. You see these buttons, right? These ones? In this one, they're all at the top, and here it has a small text bar, but it doesn't have that same small bar anymore. So, the difference here is very limited. And finally, dear friends, I ask that if you found the videos useful, please like the videos to support us and help the channel grow, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in future sessions. And goodbye.